Can you hear me? You probably have seen the Fortnite background with the mecha team leader. Wait, I'm gonna show you. It's gonna be. It's going to be. Currently, this is the Fortnite background with the mecha team leader. I'm gonna try to build this background. Okay? You can watch if you want to, or you cannot watch if you want to. Well, like and subscribe, and make sure to share it with your brothers and everyone you know. Psych, you don't have to tell everyone you know. Are loading, 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 loading. Don't want to get to here. No one to try to arrange this how the robot is in the loading screen. As you're no one to remove all the missiles it has and place all of these, which is it's a new prop Epic Games added. You're no one to place these right here on its chest. Going to want to try to enable it kind of like the robot, and you can watch this video for entertainment purposes if you want to. It's literally probably my first how to build video. I don't really know. And you're the one to try to push it like that. Or the one to go into here. Go. There's no cuts in this, so you know, so you don't miss any of the steps. You know, and then go all the way to the bottom. Look for a piece. And if you're gonna build this, type in chat Mecha Team Leader. And if you can't do it, just like the video. Part should be in here. I don't want to go into here because it has a lot of pillars. And you need a bunch of pillars for the robot, for the things that hold the robot up. That. Like that. As you're gonna want this guidance device to make it look like it's in space. We'll make the moon like behind the mountain. You're no, and then you want to get something where you would spawn in that area which is we're viewing it from right here, so we're gonna wanna place our thing right about, and there's gonna be about as much as there is there's gonna be at least as much as there is in the normal lobby. The reason why I keep looking up is because my remote has drift. Wanna be facing this way. Boom. 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 And then you will spawn like on any of these. You're gonna want to go get the indestructible galleries. Indestructible gallery. Indestructible gallery. Type in pizza if I went past it in the chat, or subscribe. You are gonna want to get something from here, this blue one. You could also not get the destructible pieces. You could not. You could choose if you use them. You're gonna want to get those 2 pieces. You're gonna want to find something that is super close to the Fortnite loading screen's background, where you see the map through the little window. You want to get something that's close to that. And sorry for the long wait. I would recommend getting these floors. And you could also just make it custom. You can just get this piece. Boom. And then you can just do something like, you might want to make it really really, really big wall. You could also just do that. And then you would want to turn on this so it's perfect. Then you're gonna want to get this for a important part. And then you're going to, and then since I placed it facing the wrong way, if you placed it facing the right way, you don't have to do this. And then you would spawn kind of like this. You would be able to look out, and then you would be able to walk out here. And then it's kind of like a 1v1 map. And then you would be able to build. And obviously the robot kind of loosened these up, the jetpack. As you're gonna want to go into here, look for the broken UFO parts. You're not gonna get, well, you could get the whole gallery if you want to. That would just waste some of your time, and then you would have to delete all those parts. Or just not want to look for some wire pieces. Well, you're probably gonna want to get all of the wire pieces. As you're just gonna want to place you're gonna want to place the wire pieces on the robot. Wait, my little brother's talking to me. it just add wires, and I'm pretty sure the real one just has wires hanging off random parts. All you just want to do is just get some wires, start just placing them around the place on it.
You're so cool. You're so cool. You're so cool.
And you might want to place some wires just in case anyone gets up to here, right here, if it has this crack. Let's do that. Oh, you don't have to make it exactly like mine. It's just gonna be, anyways, it's just gonna be a bunch of wires around it. So that's basically it for that part. You could also use the wires for the parts that are hanging the robot up.
You're so cool.
It's not another cup. Come, find them. A very new. Wait, my little brother needs.
I cannot hear you. I will fly. If you're not so patrol.
There is, and that is basically it for the robot. It's already broken. You don't really need those. You can use them for the walls. Which is the walls are going to be ginormous. Which is the walls are basically going to be the one thing that adds the shadows in it. wall. You are gonna want to add two of those, or basically, I think the seventh escape plan if the IO tries attacking. Well, you're no one to go. You're no one to get this. Make it just really big. No one to grab this. And now you're not supposed to be able to get out, so you're just gonna get something black and put it over there. Or you could just get Kevin, which is what I'm doing, so I would recommend getting Kevin the dark one. To want to place Kevin basically like that. Basically you kind of like this. And then probably this is like a healing area, and then you might and you will and I will use this floor now. The floor, you're gonna want to go into here, change it as big as you can make it. Just make it really big. You're gonna want to go back into here, change that back, and then this will just be really big and it will save your memory. And put there in the yellow bar. Then you just want to make this get bigger and bigger. And 2, it takes up the tired area. And then this is probably the size you want to use it at. You might want to move this one more if you got it a little bit wrong. All you have to do is just fix it. I don't think we have to worry about the overlapping parts that much. Well, you could just do this if it is like that. You just have to push this in until it looks like it matches. There might be some Z fighting, well, who cares anyway? there might be a massive Z fighting area in that area if you're trying to make it exactly like mine, so your brothers and friends could play on this. That is basically, so you're supposed to spawn like right here. You spawn and then you can walk out this little zone. As there will be a Kevin the Cube to give you shield. There will be a bunch of Kevins underneath there or behind it, so you can get shield fast near here. As all you need to do is do that. And then you can basically and then your friends can just wait inside here. What is only a 4-player game. You might want to nuke this if you want. You can nuke this. Put these up more if you don't want your friends to probably glitch under the map. You're going to place it like that, and then this is the one to go over here. Go over here. And then that will prevent it. So you could change the settings on this to make it where like the first person that is on it spawns here, the second person spawns here, the third person spawns here, the last person spawns here. As you could just make it any amount of player you want. You can make it this much players. And then you just walk over in here, and then you just start fighting. As you will want to go over, you will need to find something. I don't want to get this. Get the boxes, or you could also just get the whole thing. And then you just place it outside over all the way here. You just go inside. And then you would just take the parts you need. Well, you're gonna need these boxes. And then there's just no one to start placing it. As these boxes, a lot of people believe these boxes are just full of the parts for the mecha team leader. As I don't think I'm 100% correct on this. And then when you spawn in, it'll just look like this. You'll just walk in, and then you'll just see, and you aren't supposed to see all of this. as you will probably need this somewhere in it. As you could just make the cabins really small too, and not just the whole background. I know that this video is almost an hour long. This video is 35 minutes long. So far it's 35 minutes long. It might be an hour long. As there could just you could just spawn in.
Since you're older, I'll give you. This only gets 3.
Get the hell out of that room. Why do you let Pluto in?
As you could just go back and forth from the loading screen in this background.
I heard it's frozen. It's still cold.
You could go back and forth, as this is what you're looking for. So you're basically trying to build that. You will need some ice pieces for the walls. And you could look for water pieces or something to mess with the gravity so you can jump higher, because it's supposed to be in space. You don't really have to do that. Well, we're supposed to be looking for some ice pieces because for some reason it's frozen. Just look for some frozen pieces, like the ice house parts. As you just want to look for some ice spikes. Maybe some ice spikes might be in here. could use these glowing ones, which is I'm gonna use them, so you wouldn't probably use them. I'm not gonna want that on anymore. And to want also to go also look in here for some part, for a part that is important. Very important part. I want this and this. And you're gonna want this or to put on the side of this. Just gonna wanna do like that. Try to make that overlap. And that will just make it look like that. And I would just recommend, and I would recommend being careful or else stuff like that will happen. That will just make it look more like the loading screen. As if this part's kind of floating, all you have to do is do that. And then this isn't for there. Well, you are to use it on down here. That's the only part you're gonna use it on this part. And then you're gonna want to place this like all these areas. You're gonna just want to place it all around. And then you just have to get these ice spikes. Make the ice spikes as big as you can get. These can get. These parts just make it look better. As it should look kind of like this if you got it correct. As parts might unload, as if you want to make the ground look more shiny, just get this. Hello? Hello? Is the water is probably the reason why all this ice is on this. As you could just take areas from here for the next part. All you really have to do is just take this part right here. All you have to do is just take this whole part right here. And just in case anyone built up here, just have to do that. this will just be a bridge all the way up here. As you will want to copy this all the way to the other side. Now, this is probably a boring part of the video. You just have to you just have to copy this other side, paste it over on the other side. Make sure the bridge lines up perfect. Now I don't want this stairs. The video is 57 minutes long. The video is gonna end at an hour. Then you could just, all you have to do is just grab that whole area. And then as soon And probably the water leak part is probably caused by this broken pipe. The pipe has broken and the parts are down at the bottom. These pipe parts are just broken. The water's just leaking down. Basically, this is what it should look like right now for you. Is that get to stay? If you exit, if that is there, all you have to do is boom, pipe, and boom. You might want to adjust the pipe. As this is used to go curling around it, it is because this is, let's just say, this used to go, and then it snaps.